What's goody? Salute Knicks Nation. Shout out to all Knicks lovers, Knicks family, Knicks haters, and all longtime New York Knicks fans. The day is Wednesday, January 13th, that this is being recorded. Thank you once again for tuning in and showing love. The Knicks have a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. When you look at the score, it looks like a pretty close game, but a very close look at the points scored each quarter will show you that it wasn't much of a close game at all. The big news surrounding the Brooklyn Nets is the acquisition of James Harden via trade, a mega blockbuster trade. We'll talk about all of those things in a moment. You know what time it is. This is That's ReKNICKulous. Run that intro. So yes, thank you and welcome back. The Knicks lose to the Brooklyn Nets tonight, 116-109 behind, 26 from Kevin Durant. 26, he was 10 of 18 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 3 of 4 from free throw. He had 6 assists as well and 2 blocks to go along with his 26 points tonight in 30 minutes. And Kevin Durant looked like he was back to his regular old self. It was so easy for him. A lot of his points came from pull-up mid-range, just shooting over everybody. And I'm highlighting Kevin Durant's performance tonight because I'm going to get to a point that I've been trying to make in these 11 videos. I believe I've mentioned it in every video because I got my cape on tonight. I got my cape on for Mr. Length. Pause. Pause. But either way, Jeff Green scored 11 points, and in his 11 points, he looked like it was pretty easy for him to get his buckets going too. He was 3 of 4 from 3, shooting a 75% behind the perimeter, 4 of 6 from the field. They had 7 players in double digits tonight, and 2 of these main 7 players in double digits that I want to highlight is Bruce Brown, who I have no idea who this guy is. Bruce Brown off the bench. Did he come off the bench? Yeah, he came off the bench. Bruce Brown had 15 points. He had 14 rebounds. This is a guard. 14 rebounds. 8 of which... No. I'm sorry, not 8 of them. 6 of which were offensive. He was 6 of 13 from the field in 30 minutes. Joe Harris, watching the game, I wanted to slap Joe Harris's headband straight off of his head, man. If I was in a New York Knicks uniform, I probably would slap his headband off of his head. Not. Let me check. Nah, I wanted to though. I did. I hate how he wears headband. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate it. But nevertheless, Joe Harris was 3 of 8 from 3-point, 6 of 13, as well as Bruce Brown was from the field. And he played 25 minutes. Also, we have Luwawu Cabarro, 13 points on our head top. Reggie Perry, 11 points upon our head top. And Landry Shamet, 13 points upon our head top. Disappointing loss tonight by the New York Knicks. So now we get to our squad's box score, which there are some positives, surprisingly, in this loss. There are some pretty decent positives in it. We'll start by Julius Randle, or start with, rather, Julius Randle's 30 points, 5 assists, 7 boards. He shot an atrocious 2 of 7 from the 3-point line, and he was 13 of 25 from the field. Followed up by a 20-point performance from our boy RJ Barrett with 3 assists, 5 rebounds to go along with it. He was 5 of 6 from free throw, which is a super positive because he's been shooting pretty sporadically from there. Is that the right word to use in that context? I think I used it in the right context. But either way, 5 of 6, I'll take it. He was 1 of 4 from the 3-point line, and he was 7 of 15 from the field. He started out slow. I think he was 0 of 5 in the first half. He came out and scored, I believe, 10 points. I think it was back-to-back, too, in the third quarter how he came out. And then they just stopped looking at him, and he went quiet again for a little while. But he ended up with 20 points tonight in 38 minutes. It was a bit disappointing to see Julius Randle play 40 minutes tonight. And Obi Toppin came on the court for not even a full minute. NBA.com has him listed as 57 seconds in the game tonight. I haven't seen any post-game interviews as of yet, as I'm recording this, so I don't know if there was any injury issues. I don't know what happened. If maybe Tom Thibodeau figured, we didn't need him to play tonight. I don't know what happened, but with him being ready and with him actually stepping on the court, it was upsetting for me to see him not get enough minutes on the floor, especially after us being so depleted as far as the number of guys we have on the floor, and then seeing him come on the floor for not even a full minute, and that be the end of that. Okay, so moving along, we have Mitch Robinson. He had a double-double tonight, 10 and 12. He had 2 blocks. He didn't have any steals tonight, but, he's always affecting the defense. He's always affecting their offense and how they score the ball. I mean, he got treated like a baby by DeAndre Jordan a few times, and it was a bit disappointing to see because he's played with DeAndre Jordan. He should know his habits and things that he would do. So it was a bit disappointing to see Mitch's attempts on some of the defensive situations. There was a play where somebody from the Nets, I can't remember who it was, he went up for a layup and missed, and we had about 3 or 4 Knick players standing in the paint just watching. I guess they just assumed that the layup was going to go in because that's the type of night we were having, and they allowed DeAndre Jordan to kind of creep up from out of nowhere and come up with a putback dunk. And, man, it was just depressing. It was just really disappointing to see them not give 110% on both sides of the floor. It's not really looking like the same team that we saw starting the season, because even in the losses we had prior to this 4-game slump, we were seeing them give it all on both ends of the floor. You understand what I'm saying? And the guard pairing of Austin Rivers and Elfrid Payton did pretty horribly. They combined for 6 of 21 from the field tonight. Elfrid Payton had 7 points. Austin Rivers had 8. Interesting enough, they both had 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 5 defensive and 1 offensive rebound. It's just crazy to look at the stat line the way it is. And somehow Austin Rivers ended up being +5 while Elfrid Payton is -13. And they both kind of played pretty much 33 minutes. Austin Rivers got a little bit more minutes than a couple more minutes than Payton. And we got to see Immanuel Quickley pretty much come out of his slump. So tonight, RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley both kind of came out of their shooting woes, their field goal percentage slump. They both shot 7 of 15 from the field. Immanuel Quickley was 3 of 6 from the 3-point line. And he missed 1 free throw. He was 2 of 3. And I was kind of mad that he missed that free throw, to be honest. But either way, he had 19 points tonight and 3 assists, 2 boards. Let's see. We go down. Nerlens Noel had 2 points in 15 minutes. He had 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, 3 boards. He ain't really do nothing. And I think I got to everybody right. Yes, last but not least, we got my boy Kevin Knox. It's time to put the cape on. I'll grab the robe and put it on, but that's too much work. I had to cut me getting up and going to get it and then cut back to me sitting down with it on. So I'm not going to do all of that. But nevertheless, Kevin Knox tonight, he only had 13 points. He had 2 boards, and he was 2 of 3 from 3, 5 of 6 from the field in 24 minutes. So the reason why I'm putting on my cape now for Kevin Knox is for the same reasons that I have been putting this cape on in videos that have passed, or past videos, rather. They are not using this guy right. I foresee Kevin Knox being moved at some point. This is not something that I want. But I see Kevin Knox being moved at some point to another team. And what is going to happen when he ends up on the other team is, most likely, it depends on what team it is, he's probably going to still be in the second unit. He's going to come off the bench, and they're going to run sets for him. Because if anyone who has any type of basketball knowledge is watching what Kevin Knox does on the floor, they can see his capabilities. I'm going to take a second to pull up Kevin Knox information for a second. So he's not nearly as big as Kevin Durant is. He's only 6'7", but I can't see. They don't have like his wingspan. I'm pretty sure his wingspan more than makes up for the inches that he lacks when it comes to comparing him to Kevin Durant. Although Kevin Durant, of course, has a very large wingspan of his own. My issue is they are running too many sets for Julius Randle. Yes, Julius Randle was leading the team in scoring, rebounding, and assists. Yes, Julius Randle has been putting on a scoring onslaught, we can say. Excuse me, the attack of the gas again. Yes, Julius Randle has been probably the most valuable player on the New York Knicks floor night in and night out. That is not anything that I am trying to dispute. That is nothing that I am coming here to argue. That is obviously facts. So with all that being said, every single team in the NBA is game planning for that. They know this already. We know this, so obviously they know. Coming into every game, they know. Stop Julius Randle. And obviously he got to 30 points tonight. It's only but so much you're going to be able to stop him. But it took him 25 shot attempts to get to 30. Understand what I'm saying? It's not like it's coming easy to him all the time. He got to fight for it. He got to fight for these points, and he's more than capable of fighting for it. Don't get it twisted. But that's not what's going to win us basketball games. What is going to win us basketball games is ball movement. It's player movement. It's people playing into their strengths, highlighting each other's strengths. That is what is going to win us basketball games. And I don't know. This is why. I mean, first of all, before I even get into what I'm going to say, I would like to say that I could probably not be a coach. I'm sorry if I keep knocking my table and making the sound a little crazy, but let me fix myself. I slouch a little bit when I sit, so I'm trying to sit upright. So I got my seat all the way up to the desk, and but yeah, I'm getting. Let me get myself a little comfortable. Yes, but I probably could not be a coach. And the reason I can't be a coach is if you've watched the last couple of videos, I pretty much mentioned in every video that I'm trying my best to not use profanity and not curse. I use profane words on a regular daily basis. Everybody who knows me personally, my mom can even attest to this. I curse a lot. If I was a coach, specifically Tom Thibodeau. Not to say that he doesn't curse a lot, but boy, I would be wilding. I would be wilding on these dudes, man. So I say all of that to say this. At times, it appears that anyone can coach the New York Knicks at this point, because I am confused as to what Tom Thibodeau was thinking when he goes with his lineups. I'm confused as to what he is thinking with the offensive sets that we run. It just doesn't make much sense to me. There's too much standing around. Let's get the ball to Peyton or get the ball to Randall and everyone watch. I mean, I've seen a lot of Austin Rivers handling the ball. I've seen some Emmanuel Quickly tonight handling the ball. And I'm okay with that, even though Austin Rivers and Emmanuel Quickly came up short in some of their possessions running the offense tonight. It was a breath of fresh air to see someone else doing it aside from Elfrid Payton, Mr. 3 of 11 from the field. But Austin Rivers was 3 of 10 from the field. No Stone Cold Nick Austin tonight. No, he didn't show up. AR left the clip at home. You know what I'm saying? He left the clip in the locker room. He didn't bring the slammer into the arena. I don't know why not. And early on in the game, IQ was looking like he ain't had the hammer on him. But he managed to pull it together. But back to the Cape, Kevin Knox, I think has Kevin Durant capabilities. No, it doesn't seem that he has we don't really know, but it doesn't seem that let me be honest, I didn't watch many New York Knicks games last season. I mean, it wasn't really many to watch because of the short season that occurred. But we didn't get much Kevin Knox handling the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say handle the ball like we want him to bring the ball up like how Kevin Durant could bring the ball up. We don't know if he could do that quite yet. But what I do believe is that he has the ability and the talent, the skill to shoot over defenders. I believe that Kevin Knox should be able to set high pick and rolls, fade to his favorite side of the floor with Austin Rivers' defender, with Elfrid Payton's defender, with Emmanuel Quickly's defender, receive the ball, put them in a post, and shoot a fadeaway. How can he not do that? He got the shooting touch. We see him when he's wide open, he's able to knock down shots, especially in them corners. He might got corner specialists. He might just have corner specialists. Why are we not running high screening rolls for Kevin Knox so he could put somebody in the post and shoot over him? Why? Why not? I just don't understand. I don't understand why we continuously put Julius Randle in those positions. We're giving him the high screening role, or we're giving him the post, and he's able to put his guy in the post, back him down, hit him with a spin move or something, or hit him with that fadeaway lefty jump shot, and a lot of times it's all water, and it looks good, and we're good. But if you're going to do that every play down the floor, as Doris Burkett pointed out during the ESPN broadcast, Kevin Durant in the first half was put in the post by Julius Randle. Now, we know Julius Randle's body is too much for Kevin Durant to handle. Kevin Durant looked like a dude, like a little skinny dude in a bashment party, and a big Batigal was backing him down, and he couldn't handle it. That's what it looked like when Julius Randle was backing down Kevin Durant in that first half, hit him with that good smooth shot, all water. But then we turn around in the second half, and Kevin Durant, he saw it happen already. So now he came back. Now the skinny boy, he knew, all right, look, I got to set my feet. I got to plant my feet or have my mans hold me up by the shirt, by the back, while a big Batigal give me the dub, but she give me the wickedest wine. He had to get situated. You feel me? And what happened? Julius Randle tried to back him down. He forced Julius Randle to the direction he wanted him to go. And when he turned around to try to hit him with he said, boom! smacked the ball out of his hand. I mean, the ball ended up into the left corner for a three that we missed. I think we missed that three. Or did we make it? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember how we looked. Either way, something's got to give, man. Something's got to give. We just can't continue to. You know what they say the definition of insanity is. We can't continue to come out every night, one, with the same starting lineup, two, with the same sort of production and expect that something is going to change. Thank God R.J. Barrett found himself in the second half. Because we wouldn't have been looking at a 116. What was the score? 116 to 109 loss. It probably would have been looking like 116 to 95 or something. Who knows? I mean, thank heavens we were able to crack 100. We got past 90, y'all. We were struggling to get past 89 for the last 3 games. But we still lost. Let me try to look at some of the numbers here too. But we got to get something going for my boy Kevin Knox, man. We have to. And why the hell was Obi Toppin not playing, bro? Why is Julius Randle still playing 40 minutes? We had Obi Toppin here. Come on, son. As brittle as Kevin Durant bones is, when we got the score down to about 7 points at the end of the fourth quarter with it was probably like 15 seconds or so. It wasn't even enough time for us to mount a comeback, really. And Steve Nash put Kevin Durant back in. Brittle bones boy like he is. Little pretzel stick legs. Hockey stick feet. They put back on the court just to make sure that if we tried to get anywhere close, it wasn't going to happen. Like, come on, son. We only had 9 turnovers tonight. That's a positive. In my view, it is a positive. I'm trying to see. But come on now. They say we the best at the. I don't know if we still are after tonight, but supposedly we're the best at defending the 3. Show me where. Show me where and how are we the top at defending the 3. Let's see. Because the Nets shot 40% from 3 tonight. They shot 43s and made 16. Some of them were defended, but a lot of them were not. And we shot 39%. We didn't do too bad. 11 to 28 from 3. We looked at least decently tonight from the 3-point line. I just don't get it, man. What is going on? Why is Tom Thibodeau still being stubborn with his lineups? Why Taj Gibson ain't come out on the floor? Not to say that he would have provided much help, but just why not? Why aren't we getting to see Iggy Brasdakis on the floor? Or Theo Pinson on the floor to try to see if these young guys are hungry enough to give us something, because I'm sure Reggie Perry and I'm sure Bruce Brown aren't going to get much minutes, especially once James Harden is ready to suit up for the Nets. And especially if Kyrie Irving decides to come back, or if the NBA allows for him to come back and play for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm pretty sure they aren't going to get many minutes. But they came out on the floor tonight and they scored over 10 points. 15 for Brown. 6 of 13 from the field. 14 rebounds, bro. 14 rebounds from a guard. Like, come on, son. How tall is this dude? Hold on. I don't know who this is. He's 6'4". 6'4", man. Y'all letting him grab 14 rebounds? Are you kidding me? Listen, man, I'm beyond frustrated. I'm about ready to wrap this up in a minute. But obviously, what are we now? We are now 5-7. Obviously, I predicted in my last video that this was going to be a blowout. When I predicted that, I was anticipating to have LeVert still there and Jared Allen still being available. I could have not have thought that James Harden was going to be traded to the Nets and they were going to lose all of these guys. So when all of that happened coming into tonight's game, I'm thinking, all right, yes, they still got Kevin Durant. They still got Joe Harris. You understand what I'm saying? They still got a good veteran player in Jeff Green who's able to come out and do what he do. But I figured that we had a shot at winning tonight. We could have stole a victory tonight because we were going to see these guys again later in the season with James Harden in uniform, and he was going to give us the business. After he gives a bucket of chicken the business. My bad. But damn, son. Come on. Like, we were down 15 in the second quarter. Like, in the second quarter, they beat us 35-20. Point scoring in the second quarter, and that's where the fight went out. You know what I'm saying? We were unable to bounce back until late in the fourth quarter when we got that little run going. I think Rivers hit a three. I think Quickly hit a three. I think RJ was giving them a little work. You know what I'm saying? And then I think Knox might have even hit a three or something like that. Maybe it wasn't Quickly that hit one in that late fourth quarter run. I think it was possibly Knox. I can't really remember at this moment. I'm just frustrated. I think it was Knox. And with all of that going on, Randall just takes the ball and wants to go ISO, man. Instead of trying to make sure we get I figured he probably got a little frustrated. He just started thinking like, I'm going to do this on my own. And that's the issue. When you allow a player who has scoring capabilities that like Julius Randle has to get it in their mind that they are the most valuable player on this floor and that when we need a bucket, we must go to them and they must go into their bag of tricks and pull out the good old back down spinner Rooney from Mr. Five time. I'm saying if we know that that's what he thinks he has to do to get a victory, that's what he's gonna go to. He's not gonna look for all of his like. There was a play where he did that late in that fourth quarter run, and you hear Doris Burke. She just like, yeah, we knew he wasn't gonna pass the ball. So if she knew he wasn't gonna pass the ball, the Nets players knew he wasn't gonna pass the ball, bro. They knew he wasn't gonna pass. And at times, I believe his teammates also know he's not passing the ball. Bro not passing the ball. I played with dudes like that before. I ain't no big basketball player. I ain't do no AAU or none of that. I ain't played ball in school and none of that. But I done came out to the court in the hood a few times. My god brother LB, I love you to death, my guy. But I done ended up on your team many times. And I just knew you wasn't going to pass the ball, bro. I just know you ain't going to pass the ball. And I knew the team that we was up against probably knew that you wasn't going to pass the ball. And he just forced himself into the defense and forced up a shot and miss. Now, could he score? Could he play? Hell yeah. He could play. He could ball. He know how to play ball. But there are times when you take advantage of the defense and you go straight in for the score. And then there are times when you pass the ball. You look for the open man and you pass. You know what I'm saying? So I know that there's guys on the Knicks floor who are not expecting the ball to come from Julius Randle, and then they're not ready. So sometimes the ball does end up coming to them and they're just not ready for the pass because they're not expecting a pass. But this is what I want to see moving forward, man. My cape is still on. Get Kevin Knox the ball, man. Let us see what we got from this youngster. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously this is the year for dudes like him, for dudes like Frank, who's out still, for dudes like RJ, for everybody really that was on this team before we acquired Leon Rose and before we acquired Tom Thibodeau. You know what I'm saying? The only players that they brought in are the Obi Toppins, the Emmanuel Quickleys. They brought in Nerlens Noel. Did we have Alec Burks last season? I can't remember. I know we had Reggie Bullock already. I can't remember if we had Alec Burks already. Possibly the Alec Burks who's still out and we still need him. You know what I'm saying? The Taj Gibsons now, even though he was on the team last year, but they brought him back. Like, these are guys who are kind of set in stone moving forward because these are the guys that they chose to put on the team. Everybody else was here from the last go around. It was already here from the last situation. I'm saying this is the year for that. So please, man, let's give Kevin Knox a chance. Let's run some more sets for the guy, man. What do we have to lose? Really? That's the question. We're losing games. If this is a rebuilding year, I'm saying obviously Tom Thibodeau wants to go out and compete, but now we've lost 4 straight. So my view is come out Friday night against the Cleveland Cavaliers with a new starting 5. Now, the starting 5 probably might be just changing Austin Rivers and putting in a different guy. I'd say I vote putting Kevin Knox, shift RJ to the 2, putting Kevin Knox at the 3. You know what I'm saying? If you want to keep if you want to keep Alfred Payton on the floor as your 1, keep him. You've been doing it for the last 12 games anyway. Keep him. 12 or 11? 12, right? Yeah. If that's what you want to do, keep him in your starting lineup. Move RJ to the 2, bring Kevin Knox in at the 3. Or move RJ to the bench, keep Rivers at the 2, bring Kevin Knox in at the 3. I want to see Rivers on the come off the bench for right now because we need that spark off the bench. I'm saying just make him come off the bench again with Emmanuel Quickly, and let's get that thing flowing with them two. How they do. I let Kevin Knox start, and let's see. You know what I'm saying, let's run some sets for him. Let's run some. Damn, what's the word that I'm looking for? I can't even think of it right now. But let's let them think that. And I know as y'all hearing this, y'all gonna probably be like, you couldn't think of that word. But I'm just tight right now. I'm frustrated. Let's let them think that we're going Randall. Let's let them think that we're going Randall, back up, spin move into the double team like they're expecting. And let's have Kevin Knox moving around and get into spots. I'm saying he could shoot, he could slash, and he could dunk, he could lay it up. I seen flashes of it tonight. I don't think he dunked tonight, but I seen flashes of him being able to cut and get into the paint and lay it up. Let's use that to our advantage, man. There's no reason why this guy isn't scoring 15 points a night or better. But there's no reason why he's not scoring 15 points a night or shooting threes and getting to the paint alone, man. But man, that's it, man. I'm done. I'm just done for the night. I'm saying thank you for watching. Here we go at 30 minutes again. I try my best to cut it short, but I just get into my feelings sometimes, and I just get into my conversation, and here I go. I just start losing it. Just start going off. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. Thank you for all of the love and support from everybody who's been watching from day one and who continue to tune in and watch these videos when I put them out. You feel me? Once again, this is That's ReKNICKulous. It's your boy, and I'm out. Bow. Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate you over here in Knicks Nation. Once again, that's ReKNICKulous, and I'm out.